This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Naughty Bucket Chronicles. If you follow my channel, you are almost certainly familiar with Bosnian Bill, his excellent YouTube channel, and his infamous Naughty Bucket. That's where Bill keeps locks that have thus far resisted his picking efforts. Well, in my recent visit to Bill's lock lab, he graciously allowed me to select several locks from the Naughty Bucket for me to try at home. And this is one of those locks. It's a GeGe Euro profile cylinder with some pretty nasty bitting and a very paracentric keyway. If you're wondering what these two pins are, I'm not entirely sure, but I suspect they were added by a locksmith to help harden this lock against snapping attacks, but they shouldn't affect picking at all. So let's get this in the vise and see if we can evict this lock from the Naughty Bucket. Okay, as far as pick selection goes, I'm going to be using this deep hook in 15 thousandths. That's not dictated by the bitting, but by the keyway. I explained why this is in video number 706, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. I'm going to be using top of the keyway tension with a 32 thousandths thick pry bar, and I'm going to be using pretty stout tension to start with. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2, nothing on 3, 4, 5, 6 is binding, got a nice click there. Back to the beginning, nothing out of 1, 2 is binding, got a click there. 3 is binding, got a click out of him. Nothing on 4, 5, or 6. Back to the beginning, nothing on 1. Click out of 2 and we open this up. This lock really seems to like very stout tension, and I suspect that may have been the problem that Bill was having with it. But once I cranked that tension up, this lock opened right up for me. Okay, let's see if we can get this apart now. This is actually the second time I'm shooting this video. The first time I couldn't get this little C-clip off, so I took it off in advance this time so I wouldn't have any problems with the gutting. Let's put a pinning shoe here to hold all those pins up, and then we should be able to pull this core straight out. Okay. Let's start by getting all of these key pins out. Looks like we have a steel anti-drill pin in slot 1, a brass pin in slot 2, brass standard in 3, same in 4, 5, and 6. And it also looks like we have some counter milling on chambers 2 through 6. I'll give you a close-up of that in just a moment. Let me arrange these pins and then we'll get the driver pins out. Oh. I think I turned this the wrong way. I'm assuming that steel pin is slot 1 and the serrated pin is slot 2. Let's try to get these springs out. These springs are not cooperating with me at all. Okay, there's the spring from slot 1. and from slot 2. Okay, because this is being so difficult, I may do this a little bit differently. I'm going to start from the back and just pull this out and let them pop one by one. Okay, there's the pin for number 6, serrated in 5, serrated in 4, and serrated in number 3. And see if we can get these springs out. They all appear to be the same. Okay, let me give you a close-up of all of this. Okay, on those key pins, you can see we have a standard steel pin in slot 1 and standard brass pins in slots 2 through 6. Looking up at the driver pins, we have a standard steel pin in slot 1, serrated pins in slots 2 through 5, and what appears to be a modified standard pin in slot 6, though I'm not entirely sure what that pin is supposed to do. All the springs are the same. Then moving over to this core, you can see there is a little bit of countermilling on slots 2 through 6. We have some drill protection right up front in front of slot 1. And here is that nasty paracentric keyway. Nothing else I can see that's unusual about this. So that's all I have for you today. Bill, one more time, thank you so much for giving me a shot at the Naughty Bucket. To everyone else, if you do have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.